Hey ladies, welcome to my channel. My name is Sherelle Desire. Be sure to subscribe and like this video and share this out with your friends because this topic might be a little sensitive, but it's okay because it's all a safe space here. And I thought it was important for me to do this video right because of a Twitter thread that I came across months ago. And it was on my to-do list for topics to talk about on the channel about feminine hygiene. So, and this is not the first time I've been seeing little things about feminine hygiene. Even on my escapades of my online dating, I would see guys place on their profile requesting or requiring women to have good feminine hygiene or good hygiene. And I'm just like, why are so many men putting this in their profile? What's going on out here? And then months and later, I happened to come across a Twitter thread, and the topic was about like curvier women and their, sexual acts and how it was actually an appreciation post. Actually, it was an appreciation post about women, curvy women, and their Yoni skills. And it was appreciation. But under that tweet, guys were in there saying, well, it might be good to you, but a lot of times it's smelly, it's funky, and they don't know. And I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot in that thread. I was just like, oh, like, okay. And then it was some girls in there who was being sensitive, who was taking it personal about what the guys were saying. So there was, and it's so toxic. Twitter can be toxic if you let it be. And it was a lot of combativeness about women's hygiene, but it was specifically about curvier women, as if because a woman was more curvier that she had more of an odor. And I never thought this was a thing, honestly, because I know all odor can come from any size of woman. But apparently, there were men pointing out that, oh yeah, it probably stank too. Like that was what was being said in this Twitter thread. And we don't live our life amongst what men think. But I thought it was important to just do a real talk and show some feminine hygiene tips for maybe some women who just don't know. And if you are thicker, there are some additional things that you can do and to just maybe keep things a little fresher and longer. Okay? So sit tight. We're going to go through a few little tips that I came up with because I'm a curvy girl myself. So I take a lot of pride in making sure that my feminine hygiene is on the up and up. I'm very conscious about it. And sometimes it's not something that maybe a mom showed someone or a sister or a family member. Sometimes women are literally just figuring things out as they go along, as they meet other women in their day-to-day life, have conversations, or internet and TikTok, the clock app. Everyone kind of learns little things from that. So sometimes people just don't know. So I thought it was a great opportunity for us to just share tips. I'm going to share my tips. If you want to go ahead and share in the comments, because it's a community over here, sharing the comments of, little things that you might do just to smell good, feel good, look good. Okay? So let's go to our first tip. Okay. Tip 1. I am a firm believer in taking a shower in the day and the nighttime. Okay, hear me out. Now, I've been doing this since I was in high school, so it might be harder if you're not a woman that is accustomed to taking showers in the morning and at night, but I'm going to explain why it's important. First thing in the morning, I feel like it's important to take a shower because you were sleeping for up to 8 hours in your bed where your skin is shedding, you could be sweating, and then there's secretions. To me, I don't feel clean. I don't leave the house unless I take a shower. Like, I don't feel clean. I don't feel like I feel like I'll be itching by mid-afternoon. So I will always suggest to take a nice shower in the morning first before you leave the house, because if you have a long day, you have a stressful day, and you're sweating, or you're anxious or whatever, if you haven't taken a shower, and now we done said 8 hours of you being asleep, and then you might have took a bird bath or whatever people do when they don't take actual showers. um Scratch that. If you did do that, by another 8 hours done went, by 16 hours that your body has not released toxins, from being cleansed, like the pores being cleansed out. Now your pores is full of just gunk and bacteria causes odor. And then don't be a woman that deals with stress sweat, because stress sweat smells. So if you still have the backed up bacteria from sleeping at night that you didn't cleanse off your skin in the morning, then those two combined is going to cause odor. Okay. Now, also at night, I'm a big advocate of showering at night as well, because I feel like if I was outside, before I get into my bed, I want to cleanse my skin. Also, it's relaxing. I don't want the whole day on me when I go to sleep. So to me, that's just my life. The showers don't gotta be super, super long, but they need to be thorough. That's all I say. Now, when taking showers, and you should also take baths if you are fortunate enough to have a bath in your home, I say take a bath at least once a week or monthly if that's all you can give. But you need to sit your body in water and let your body steam in that water, detoxify in that water, and then you rinse off in the shower. Or you can take the shower first and then the bath. But I always feel like whatever you was sitting in, you need to rinse off. So I feel like taking a shower after the bath is more conducive than taking it before. But that's up for debate for some people. Now, the proper way in cleansing your skin is to first, now I have my little collection here. First, what I do, you want to use a cleansing soap. It don't have to be Dove, but Dove is a cult classic in Black households for sure. This is more of a cleansing soap. Dial, I think like those glycerin bars you can get any, but it needs to be a cleansing soap. When you thoroughly wash with this, and when you're washing, I'm not a fan of rags. Not a fan of rags at all. I broke that black curse, or no, I shouldn't say curse, but that black tradition of rags, and I actually opted for this. It's like isn't it African culture more so? They use these more. I forget what they're called, but I prefer these 10 times over. I feel like rags hold a lot of bacteria. Some people say they change their rags every day. I said, okay. I don't feel like rags thoroughly dry, and I feel like it just holds bacteria, and I'm just not a fan of rags at all. I believe that rags should be for drying intimate areas, in my head. So I will wash with this. I forget what this is called, but I'll link it below. You can get it right from Amazon. I will wash with my cleansing soap and this cloth and exfoliate my body. It's really, really important to exfoliate. Now, this is a physical exfoliant. You also can use chemical exfoliants, but this is usually the go-to for most people, is just using a cloth exfoliant. Once you cleanse your body, then you go in with a body wash. Body washes do not cleanse the skin. If you're using body washes as soap, you need to add a real soap to your regimen and then moisturize with the body wash. Now, the body wash is amazing, especially this one. This is actually Love and Beauty Planet. It's the coconut water vitamin C one. I love, love, love. But this is not what I wash with. I wash with this. This is taking the bacteria, all the stuff all on my skin. This is going to do the job better. And it's better soaps than this, for sure. But this is going to do the job, and then this goes after to moisturize the skin. So if you are just doing this, you definitely want to add a soap to your regimen, which probably will help with your hygiene. But both together is amazing. Okay, so now when we're talking about washing, definitely thoroughly getting in these, like now if you're a thick girl, you have some extra folds. If you have a fupa, you have big arms, you have rolls, whatever. You need to be getting into them areas very thoroughly by making sure this is, fully drenched in soap. And take your time and go through all those areas. And then with this, what I love, which a rag can't do, is you can take it and get back and scrape your back as well. Okay? So that's just the basics of just washing a body. And I have to go through this because it needs to be said. So that's what we would do for washing. Now, this is optional, but I really think this is a great thing to add to your routine before your showers, is dry brushing. Dry brushing helps with lymphatic drainage, exfoliates the skin. It does something else. It does one more other thing. But I love doing this, especially with like my thighs and areas that my hair grow less since I've been using these. I don't, hair on my legs barely grow as much. And also great for on your, what do you call this? Is it your vulva? I should have, yeah, your vulva. Where your vaginal hair grow. I like to dry brush with this or a smaller one, because that exfoliate that area, especially if you get waxes. When you exfoliate, it makes sure that, if you're a black woman, you have curly hair, you might get hair bumps or things like that. This stops it. You don't have to get none of those creams and oils that people tell you to get after getting wax, or even if you shave. Dry brush that area. You don't go on the inside, just on the outside. And that helps with how the hair grows back. I'm telling you, this is the only thing that worked for me. I tried all the little oils, the serums. Who is this? European Wax Center gave. I have the exfoliant, and I have this serum. It doesn't work. This works. Okay. So you scrape, not scrape, but you exfoliate that area before you take a shower. I would say, depending on when you get waxed or when you shave or whatever you do to maintain that area, you probably can do this like 2 to 3 times a week. Okay? Trust me, it works. Okay? Now since we already went into the maintenance of that area, most cases, if you have hair growing down there, it is holding on to bacteria and odor. Okay? Now, in a lot of cases, women have their own scents, their own vaginal scent. And then there's some women who claim they don't have no scent. Okay? But if you do have your own pheromones and your own scent, it shouldn't be a thing to be embarrassed about. But it shouldn't be an odor. Is it different from having like your pheromones of your scent and then actual odor? Whereas odor could be fishy smell, it's other smells, but I know fishy is a known one. But if it's an odor. Even if you are on your cycle or things like that, when it's an odor, if you're just like, your pH is off, So there's a difference. But if you have hair down there, it's going to be more obvious of a smell, because it's going to hold on to the moisture down there. Okay. So Personally, I prefer to wax. Before waxing, shaving was really a nuisance. But if you have a shaving routine down packed, but you have to maintain in some way, somehow, if you want to stay fresh down there. That's just that. You don't have to be hairless, but you have to groom it to a point where it's not holding on to too much of your moisture. Because the vagina is self-cleaning. So it's times that you're moist down there because it's cleaning itself. So if you have a lot of hair going on, it just holds on a lot of the bacteria and the smell and things. And if you can eliminate that, I say that's an easy thing to do. So I would say European Wax Center is in a lot of places because it's a franchise. But if you can find independent waxers that you'll be more comfortable with, that's how I started. And now I'm not shy at all. I first was shy. I'm not shy at all because I love the way getting waxed feels. And it just makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself and my self-care is on the up and up. So I love it. And I just love the after effect, even the look. It looks cleaner, it looks lighter, it looks more healthier. Like it's just, I love it. So now, depending on what you do down there as far as your grooming, I understand that when you're curvier, you might have more belly, you might have more thighs. If your thighs rub together, you should be using some type of body deodorant between your thighs. And it don't necessarily need to be on your vagina, but it should be between your thighs. It should be in the creases of your thighs, because in most cases, if your thighs are rubbing together, they are generating heat. And when they generate heat, they're going to generate moisture. And when that moisture comes, the odor will come. Okay? That makes sense? So, if you have thighs that rub together, I will suggest a deodorant cream. This is like a body deodorant, not the deodorant you put under your arms. I've seen videos of girls saying they put the Dove deodorant in their thighs and on their vagina. No, honey, like I wouldn't do that, especially with a deodorant with aluminum in it, which is a toxin to the skin for the most part. Even though it helps us from sweating, you don't want to put it on more intimate areas. The underarm is bad enough, so you don't want to put it in your thigh area either. So I would suggest a deodorant cream. This is a deodorant cream from Silk and Noir. I think that's what it's called. Silk. I had this since the summertime. Silk Noir, I think it's called. Silk Noir. I'm going to leave the link below. It's black owned, independent owned. It's no artificial things in here. I got it in 2 cents. See how much I use it? So all I do is just dig my finger in there. I put it into my palm. I work it into my palm. And then it's just like putting lotion on. But I put it in between my thighs. It decreases chafing. If you have an issue with chafing, this will help you. I got it in scent cocoa butter and cashmere and baby powder. So usually I use baby powder for when I'm going to the gym. Very fresh. This is good stuff. I really love her brand. I'm definitely going to link it below. And I use this for like daily going out, whatever. Love, 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 love these. And I was searching for a while for it, but I got really serious this past year because I was like, I just felt like I wanted to add, because I was just elevating my self-care. And I'm like, I want to add something, down there. So when I'm stressed or when I'm working hard and it's just the heat is getting down there. What they call it, that undercarriage. That undercarriage under there is heating up. You want something that's going to help you out, okay? Make sure you check these out. If not, you can find any other natural deodorant and use that down there. But I would not use a regular deodorant down there. No, it's too harsh. So I keep that area really nice and dry, you don't see anything. It's not like a white mark or anything. It just kind of sits on the skin like a lotion, but it prevents you from overly sweating and it keeps it nice and fresh down there. I'm telling you, that's A1 right there. Now for the actual vagina, that's more so Well, that's inside. But inside of the vulva, to keep that fresh, I'm going to share with you ladies my vaginal soap. I'm a big advocate of having a vaginal soap apart from the regular body soap. Okay, so the body soap, we get in all the everything. But this is what I use in my vaginal area. This is Salt XO Yoni Gel. This is also black owned. I've been using this for almost 3 years now, I think. Yeah, almost 3 years. I started using this in 2020. And it fights bacteria, gently neutralizes odor, helps maintain a healthy pH. Ever since I've been using this, I feel like my feminine area has been the freshest it's ever been in my 38 years of life for being a vagina owner. You want to get you some of this. You want to get you one of these because it's better than Summer's Eve and all these other places that actually has a lot of chemicals in it. I actually like this better than Honey Pot because I also use Honey Pot. I like this way better than Honey Pot. But both great brands. If you want to elevate your feminine hygiene, you want to get this. Not only, and I'm going to do a separate video about this, but not only does this keep me fresher longer, it actually helped with my fibroids. And I'll go in depth in another video, but I had a lot of issues with pain. Pretty much like a week before my menstrual cycle, I was in like bad pain. And once I started using this soap, it healed something in me that I don't get the pain as much anymore. I get little tingles, but nothing like it was. I mean, I was at the point where looking to get surgery because it was horrible. And this kept me from having to get surgery. So definitely look this up. I'll be linking it below. I'm not going to gatekeep what the kids is calling it. So wash that. Now, after I wash my feminine area, of course, because we already moved on to the body deodorant, but you want to dry it properly. So when you get out the shower, you rinse off everything, but the worst thing you can do is just throw your panties on after just like patting your towel. No, you want to get in there and get it nice and dry. So that's what I use an actual traditional rag for. I use it to dry my intimate area without using the actual towel that I put around my body. I actually use a separate rag to dry my area, to get it dried properly, because I feel like that gives me the access to actually get, like a towel sometimes is too thick. The rag is thin enough to kind of get in those areas and dry it properly. So that's a big key. If you are not drying properly, chances are you're still moist down there and you're already sweating or whatever. It's hot down there and the smell is approaching earlier than you thought it would. You thought you took a shower or whatever, but if it's moist down there, it's moist down there. Don't care. So that is that for vaginal cleanliness. Now also for on the go, after you urinate and everything, use the bathroom, tissue is not always, or if you had some, you had a little something going on down there with somebody special, tissue is not enough. So I always carry feminine wipes, the travel kind, and this is how they come. This is also by Salt XO. I believe Summer's Eve have a natural one. Always try to stick to the natural stuff as much as you can and read up on the ingredients, because it can say natural on the package or no add ingredient. It'll say something to try to get you to buy it. But if you look in the back and you see that it has actual chemicals, and Google what's in the back. Google the ingredients. And if it's stuff that is chemically harsh for you, don't get it. But I use these from Salt XO, which usually use natural ingredients. Okay, so that's with the Yoni. Also, I do sometimes, not all the time, use their Femme Rejuve oil. This is like a Yoni oil. I would use this before I do the deodorant. The body cream, the deodorant cream. I would just, like, if I just wanted to moisturize it, just give her a little boom boom, I would do a little bit of this, and then I will also do the body cream, because then that's like a double whammy where you're going to smell really nice and fresh and not overly fragrance. You don't want that, because if you do too, that's why those other deodorants is not good. If it's too much of a fragrance, mixed with your pheromones, it's going to come off like an odor, or it's going to come off like you're trying to cover something up. So everything that I'm telling you, ladies, is very soft and is very subtle. Okay? Now, that's a yoni oil that I do use sometimes. Especially, I'm having a little fun. Okay, so did I cover everything? Make sure you're dry. Make sure it's not, tissue balls in your butt and stuff like that. Like, take your time. I'm in an era of my life, 2023, where I'm slowing down, not rushing through everything. Taking time for me, taking time to do things that I shouldn't be rushing through. So just make sure you're cleaning everything properly, patting it down dry, moisturizing it, and keeping it dry. Okay? So hopefully something, I added here help you ladies. If you have any questions, comment below. So I think that was like the more intense stuff. The vaginal health. Now, you can have all the best products in the world, and the best showers, and the best baths, and the best salt bath, all that stuff. You can have the best of the best, and you can do it every day and be just so amazing about it. But if your diet is trash, then your girlfriend's going to tell the world that your diet is trash. She's going to tell the world, whether it's the smell, whether it's the taste, what you eat is what is going to excrete out of you. So if you're eating a bunch of hot chips and Cheetos and soda and crab legs and pickles and all this junk food that your body is going to react to, I would suggest you do monthly cleanses of, I'm big on binge eating vegetables and fruits, like literally making big bowls of salads, fruit salads, making smoothies. I will always suggest doing a cold pressed juice, whether you buy it or you make it yourself, just with cucumber, ginger, pineapple. That's it. And regularly, and lots and lots of water with lemon, water with lime, like your vitamins. Like, stay on top of your actual wellness on your diet, because that is what's really going to set you apart with your feminine hygiene. So make sure you stay on top of that. And every week, make sure every week, every day you should be eating a salad, not every week. But I say every week, have some type of like juicing, like maybe. And I'm not saying like juice, like you could, it won't hurt, especially if you have issues down there. It wouldn't hurt to do like a detox and get all the toxins out of you by doing like a week full of juicing where you just juice. But I wouldn't suggest that for the starvation reasons for that. But I will say add a green juice, a part of your daily thing. Like, I'm having a green juice before dinner. I'm having a green juice before breakfast. Like, adding that actual juice helps go through your body and just like cleanses it. Like, it flushes. That's what I should say. It helps flush your body. It really does. You would even notice if you do those type of drinks and you eat really light, you'll lose weight. Your inflammation will go down immediately. So diet. Because just because you're curvier doesn't mean that you're just going to be sweatier or stinkier. No, it's just the way you care for yourself and your routines. That's it. And I hated that was the conversation. Like, it was just like, dang, bad enough to get a bad rap, but the fact that it was so many men saying it, I can only think that there was some truth to it. So we all just got to be mindful, and we can have the conversation here. It's fine. Okay? So, was that everything? Yes, diet, cleansing, I share my tips, suggestions, products. Okay, so now let's get to the fun part. Perfumes and lotions. Girls, my collection is really chill. I just have this small vanity of my stuff. I'm big on having, which I don't even have my Vaseline here, But a nice Vaseline product when you get out the shower is so good because it locks the moisture into your skin. That's a good nighttime routine too. But first I'll start with deodorant. Yeah, let's talk about deodorants. So I'm not picky. I'm okay with Lady Speed Stick, and I do Shower Fresh. She's cool with me. Now, if I want to keep myself drier longer, um, I like Donna Karen Cashmere. I feel like I didn't sweat as much on her by using her, but she actually break out under my arm. I didn't notice it until probably I was almost probably halfway done this. I was like, hold on, I started realizing I would get bumps under my arm, which I never get. Never get. And on top of that, my underarms are not discolored. So I didn't really have any issues with any deodorant I used in my whole life. Once I started using this, I started getting bumps. I had irritation. So that's just, cautionary tale. If you try this, just be mindful. It might cause some irritation if you're sensitive like I am. But it actually is a good deodorant. I'm actually looking for another one to replace this that might not be as harsh because it's actually really good. I really do like this. So if it's days that you might be a little more busy or stressed out, use this one, and make sure you get in the whole underarm area, even the areas where it folds. You get the deodorant in there, like you're not skipping through it. Like, listen, I even know my days that I would rush and deodorant just be in like the middle part, and I'm like, girl, you didn't even put deodorant to your whole arm. So trust me, hey, listen, I just gotta say it because it can happen to the best of us. And life is so hectic sometimes. Sometimes you just don't take time to really pay attention to these little things that makes you, part of your femininity. So it's just a safe space to have the conversation. Now I'm gonna share with you one of my perfumes. I'm not gonna go through my whole perfume collection because that's unless y'all ask me to. If y'all want to see y'all want to see all my scents that I love, comment below. But I think it's just like go and shop for your own scents and figure out what because it could be. I remember going shopping for my fragrances and it was a lot of stuff that could have been popular that I did not like. So, but I will say, my baby, surprisingly, is Victoria's Secret's Tease Cream Cloud. I actually had someone in Whole Foods stop me and asked me, she said, what do you have on? You smell so good. And I was so like, oh, really? Like the best compliment. Ooh, the best compliment is someone telling you how good you smell, because a lot of people don't tell you because, it might be weird. Like, people might not feel comfortable telling you that. But she literally stopped me in Whole Foods like, what do you have on? She's like, I smelled you 2 times. You smell so nice. So she is my girl. I got the body butter and I got the lotion. Anytime I go low, I'm getting more. I love. I do want to transition to more natural body butters and lotions that don't have as many like in toxins and stuff. I am going to try that soon, but for now, I love her. I love them. Okay. And my slay tip for perfumes and fragrances, wear your fragrances. You can buy the big bottle because you can be putting your fragrance on every day. You should be feeling and smelling good. It's a part of your femininity. It's a part of your mental health. It's a part of your wellness. For you to, after you take your nice cleansing shower, your body wash, and go ahead and put your perfume on. I don't care if you're staying home. I don't care if you're just going to Target. Put your perfume on. Enjoy your fragrances. You spend the money for them. Use them. So I'm big on that because some girls say, oh, I'm not getting a perfume. I don't go nowhere. You in the house, you living, you woke up, you breathing. Go ahead and put your pretty perfume on. Smell good for yourself. So that would be my tip for that. I love my little collection. It's cute. Also, I would say if you have a signature perfume, get a body spray sometimes and mix the two, just to kind of change up your scent sometimes. If you're not a person who want to have 5, 10, 30 different perfumes, add a couple little body sprays to kind of switch it up sometimes. And you can mix the two together if they complement each other. And I think that's about it. Oh, my next one I want to try is an oil fragrance. So once I find one that I really like, I'll let you ladies know what brand and stuff. Um, oh, another tip for cleansing the areas where the folds or the heat and stuff may be transpiring is this ordinary glycolic acid solution. It's from the Ordinary. You can find this in Sephora. I think even Ulta has it. I remember I was seeing people talk about it, and I finally just got it. And I actually tried it. Now, they say you put this under your arm. Like, you use a cotton pad and you swipe this under your arm. It'll keep you fresh longer, and it does. It actually does. Because one time I didn't put no deodorant on. One day, I was like, just home. And I didn't feel like putting on deodorant. I'm like, I'm just home, take my shower. I just, sometimes I like to let my pores breathe. Because, the aluminum stuff is not really good for us. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do the glycolic acid. I swiped that on. It kept me fresher than if I had used a natural deodorant. Because them natural deodorants don't work for me, child. This actually lasted longer than I didn't have no odor or anything. Because it kind of kills the bacteria. So I would suggest using this under your arm and also between your thighs or any area that you have folds. If you have rolls in your back and things like that, go ahead and use that in this area. Not all the time, just a few times out the month or out the week. However your skin sensitivity is, this won't hurt. It actually helps kind of cleanse out that bacteria that causes the odor. So this is also an essential thing that you might want to add to your collection. Okay, ladies. So that's it for our feminine hygiene real talk conversation part 1. We'll probably do another one depending on what the conversation is like in the comments. Make sure y'all are subscribed and shop this look at CherrellDesire.com. We have our luxury loungewear online, and follow me on Instagram at RealDesire. All right, ladies, stay fabulous. See y'all soon.